next thing that I want to ask is that how was your journey like from this person who was addict of masturbation, addict of alcohol and drugs, and then completely changed to a spiritual person?
See, this is, can be quite shocking for people when they hear this. That, I met a monk during the peak time, I won't even tell you how much drugs I was taking.
Oh, was it that much?
Oh, man, yeah, you trust me, trust me.
I think that was the rock bottom. It was nothing, no going beyond that.
If I knew what I would be comfortable in saying, I'm new to, being out there in the social space and stuff like that. I don't know how people are, what they understand about it or anything like that. But, I would go through so much cocaine, bro. Like someone, usually like a gram would last some people, like 1 gram would last them 2 weeks, right? That's just them having fun. I'd go through 14 grams, half an ounce in a couple of days, right? I'd be up for 3 days straight with my girlfriend, and I was all in it, brother. I was all in it. I was all into material life. I have a background that, I've been into crime, as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I've made money in the black market. And that was all before I met this monk, right? And I was making so much money, I'd find $5,000 in my pocket by accident.
I also want to do that.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was there. I didn't even know I had it, and I just find money everywhere.
Crazy.
I just find, because my mind was so disorganized.
Yeah.
But there's just been money everywhere, and then I met this monk, and he was really cool, and I liked his vibe.
Here in Melbourne?
Here in Melbourne, yeah. And I started spending some time with him, and he said to me, I said to him one day, because I had enough, right? I'd just done half an ounce of cocaine, like $7,500 straight up my nose, right? And, I was like, you know what, this isn't sustainable. Like, don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun doing it, but it wrecked me. And I'm like, well, what can I do? I'm really trapped here. I can't get out of it. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I remember lighting 2 candles, getting on my knees and begging God, like, God, if you are there, like, just, if you can help me get out of this addiction, I will devote my entire life to understanding you. And then 1 month after that, I met the monk, right?
That was quick.
I met the monk. And then within 1 month of hanging around with this monk, I stopped drugs, alcohol, and I never even got tempted after that.
That's so cool.
Usually, when I say this to people, Westerners who kind of understand, especially people who've been addicted, I say to them, I stopped coke and alcohol like that. They'd be like, whoa, But then the next part that would really play with their minds is that I never got tempted after that.
Yeah.
That would screw with them internally, completely.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, they had no understanding of it. But what happened was, when I met this monk, I asked him, I said, why am I doing this? Why do I keep going back to doing this? He said, because you haven't experienced anything higher. And I'm like, bro, you can't even drink black tea. What do you know about getting high? You know what I'm saying? Do you realize where I've been for the past few years?
I was at the top of the world.
Yeah. The parties that I've been to, I was at the peak of the ego, peak of arrogance, partying, nightclubs, festivals, going crazy. I got high, and here's this guy saying that I've never experienced anything higher. Just the boldness of that statement made me curious.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, then, well, what? All right, you show me something higher, And then he introduced me to some mantra meditation and told me to keep coming to the events that they were doing, and I did that, and I stopped within 1 month. But just to clarify, the pornography didn't stop for another 2 years after that. That's a different kind of
Yeah.
monster we're speaking about here. Yeah.
That's so much.
Yeah, I've tried LSD a few times. I've tried magic mushrooms a few times, and in my experience, especially the magic mushrooms, they did have a healing effect on me sometimes. Like I would realize things that would change me internally, and they were amazing for that.
But at that point of time, you were not in a conscious zone, or like, how was it? Like when you were in that drug zone, how was it like? That's what I'm really trying to get my head into it. That it's so much cocaine and so much drugs. Like, how can you be like just a normal person who's walking on the street and with so much drugs?
You wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, I lost a little bit of weight, but you would think I was a really happy guy. Like I was making money, I was cheeky, I'd play around with people, even when I was, not taking it, when I was not on it. I wasn't on it every day. I would binge it, so I'd be on it every week or every 2 weeks, but I'd be on it hard. So the times when I wasn't on it, you wouldn't be able to tell. I was cheeky, I was somewhat arrogant, I was playful, I was funny, so you wouldn't be able to tell.
But what